Hi everyone, it's Senator Seminara. I am in New Hartford today, continuing my tour of nonprofits to celebrate Women's History Month. I am with Outside Perspectives. Why don't you introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about the mission of Outside Perspectives?
Sure. So my name is Nikki Wood. I'm the Executive Director of Outside Perspectives, and here are my colleagues, Liza Bokikio, she is our Program Director, and Lauren Humphrey, who is our Community Outreach and Development Director. And our organization, Outside Perspectives, partners with youth development organizations and schools to try and get kids outdoors. And we try and create really transformative experiences for youth outside. And we like to focus on a partnership model. So, what sets ourselves apart from potentially other maybe organizations or companies that you've heard of that take kids outdoors is that we don't recruit individuals to come out on our trips, but rather we only work with groups that are already fully formed, or sometimes we call them cohorts of youth.
Give an example of some of the groups or schools that you're working with.
Sure. So we have an organization that we've been working with for a very long time called COBA, or the Charter Oak Boxing Academy down in Hartford. And so this is an after-school program that works with youth from all over the Hartford area who want to learn how to box after school. But there's also a real focus on just life generally, and they have a really neat little part of their gym that's got computer labs in there for kids to do homework, and there's a really wonderful support network for anybody, even the kids who maybe aren't really drawn to boxing, but also just want to be part of that community or like the gym atmosphere. And the coaches there really work with everybody to try and make them feel welcome in a lot of different ways. And Coach Johnny Callis came to us and asked us to kind of run some adventure education programs to pull his kids together. I mean, boxing is sort of a very individual sport, but he wanted the gym to feel like part of a community. And so we started running expeditions. We started with some boys and a boys crew, and then we actually now run two crews, a boys crew and a girls crew as well. And we do a family fun day with them, and that's just like team building, where some of the siblings are coming in and the parents are coming in. We do a barbecue, and we'll do some really fun activities in a field and take them swimming in a lake or a river. And then we'll do a rock climbing day with them, and we just continuously coming in and pulling them in. They really have gotten to know who we are as an organization, and we've gotten to know their kids, and we've had kids that want to come back, multiple times, and really excited about the expedition. And now it's sort of part of their community. We'll do a celebration at the end of the year every year, and we'll do a giant video, and the kids will see, what they did, and they'll stand up and they'll talk about their experience. And then the younger kids are watching and they're saying, oh, next year I'm going to go out on that expedition and spend 4 days backpacking on the Appalachian Trail, just like that person did. And it's really an exciting thing. And now it's become part of their experience at that gym. And that's what we sort of strive to do with all of our partners, is really create that experience where the kids are excited about it and they're thinking about it in the years to come, and it's repeatable year after year, and the kids have kind of a rite of passage experience, if that makes sense.
So it's really not just like you have 1 day experiences, I'm sure, but then you have elongated, like a 4-day experience as well?
Yeah, so our 4-day, what we call our 4-day classic, which is our most popular program, is 2 days of backpacking on the Appalachian Trail, and then they do 2 days of canoeing. 1 day we start out on lake and teach them the canoeing skills, and then we'll take them right down the Farmington River on the last day of the journey. And so they kind of get a real mix of like a couple of different activities, and it's a really, really fun experience. And that's been something that they've been coming back for year after year. So yeah.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah,
that is really. So what made you start it? What made you start Outside Perspectives?
Yeah, so I started it back in 2015. And when I started, it was just a real small project that I took on. I did it out of the basement of my house, and I was really just working with a couple of different little programs, and I was working part-time at a lot of different other places to kind of make ends meet. And but my thought process was really this partnership model. I had spent a lot of time working at outdoor programs, outdoor education, and I was really drawn to the fact that spending time, like extended periods of time in the outdoors, can really impact youth in a positive way. And I wanted to harness that to create a program that could really, that the kids could bring those skills back and feel like they could use that in their community. I had so many experiences working with a lot of different organizations, taking kids outdoors, where the kids would just say things like, they may have been out there for 2 days, 3 days, and they made friends with somebody, and they said, you feel like my most best friend that I've ever had in my entire life. And they've only known this person for 3 days. And that just says to me that, like, spending that sort of time without your electronics, away from your phone, and really getting to know somebody and really having this kind of impactful experience with somebody allows you to build those friendships with people that kids are really struggling to build right now. And so it's a really amazing tool. And that's what we use it. We use it as a tool to kind of bond kids together, have these experiences where they can leave their phones at home. And 4 days without a phone is a really unique opportunity today. So it doesn't happen very often. And so amazing things happen. They get around the campfire and they start talking about things and opening up about things that they've never opened up about before, potentially. And so it becomes quite a therapeutic experience for a lot of the kids. And so, yeah, I think the tool in and of itself, being in the outdoors, was what drew me to it, and then kind of applying it to these groups so that they could go home and still have that peer support network available to them. Because a lot of the programs that I worked with before with these individuals, the kids would have the most amazing experience, and then they would go home and they wouldn't be able to connect with anybody and apply what they learned, and they let it go and they just went back into their own lives, and I just felt like that was such a shame. So I wanted to build one that kind of was a little bit more sustainable.
So tell me a little bit about the families you work with. Do you keep in touch with them? Do you or is it really just through the organizations that you couple with?
So it's through the partnership model is who we're working with, but we do end up getting to know the kids and then therefore their families as well. I mean, there's certainly like a process involved in like the paperwork, as you can imagine, like signing these kids up, and generally what ends up happening is we are calling parents and reassuring them that their children are going to be safe when they're out with us. Liza, who our program director, is out on the phone, and she's really great at making parents feel much more comfortable about the idea. We always do orientations, and families are welcome to come to the orientations and grill us on all their questions on what's going to happen out there. And then once the kids have come out with us once or twice, we do end up getting kids who come back, multiple times. And that's when we're really starting to connect with the families. And, we're a new organization. As I said, we started in 2015, and we're getting to that stage where we're starting to kind of build out kind of more of an alumni program where kids have come back so many times, and they're becoming adults and excited potentially about becoming leaders in the outdoors and potentially expanding their skill base. And so that's when we start offering some certification programs for wilderness first aid, wilderness first responder that we're starting to do, offering the kids. And we've actually just, we put out a sort of we're hiring instructors, and we've had 2 of our students come back and say, we want to apply to be instructors with you guys. So that's really, really exciting that's happening. And so, I think through the kids, it's kind of the families, we get to know them because we get to know the kids, I would say.
That's terrific. Well, why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about how they can find out about you, where they can reach you, where they could learn more about your program.
Sure. I'm going to hand that one over to our outreach person, Lauren, over here.
Okay, well, first off, we have our website, which is just www.outsideperspectives.org. We're also on Instagram, just at Outside Perspectives, Facebook, and then LinkedIn as well.
Okay. And you want to give your address?
Yep, we are located at 37 Greenwoods Road. 37 Greenwoods Road here in New Hartford.
You can 208-304-5857 is my number, and you'll reach me. It'll be my cell phone. And if you have any questions, certainly feel free to reach out. We are certainly interested in finding out more about if you are excited about having a group of youth potentially come out and do a program with us, even if it's a team building day. Maybe you're a teacher at a school. Maybe you are a parent who is active in your kids' lives and has a scouting group or some other sporting group that you're excited about potentially taking on a backpacking trip. Those are the types of people that we're looking for to reach out to us. So definitely feel free to reach out. If you go onto our website, there's a really easy contact us sort of button that you can click on, and we'll definitely answer all of your questions that way as well.
Great. I have one more question.
Absolutely.
Do you only work with children or young adults? Because
No.
I can think of a few adults that might really want to take part in your program.
We've had a lot of people come forward and talk to us about an opportunity for folks who are not adults. We do push the definition of youth in that we work with a lot of young adults. We also work with adults who work with youth. So sometimes we will do workshops that will sort of teach maybe a group of adults who are working with youth some of the skills that we have, maybe doing team building skills, initiatives, that type of thing, or maybe even taking them on a training so that they can come out on the backpacking trips and feel more comfortable themselves. And so that is sort of like the scope of our mission is working with youth. Can we also tell folks about our upcoming fundraiser that we have right here at Brewery Legitimus in New Hartford, Connecticut?
Please do. Please do. Sure.
Sure. So we actually have a 2-part fundraiser in April. We have a week-long online campaign that happens from April 24th to April 30th. And we'll have $10,000 of matching funds, so every gift is doubled.
Wow.
It's a great opportunity to double your impact. It's also a great opportunity to give directly to programming. So we'll have peer-to-peer fundraising happening with our partners. So if you're interested in supporting or funding one particular partner, like a COBA or a school or somebody in your region, you can do that, and it goes directly towards offsetting the cost of their programming with us. And then on April 29th, it's a Saturday, we'll be at Brewery Legitimus from 4 to 9. And we have a band that comes and plays. We have raffles and prizes. And Brewery Legitimus has offered to give a $1 donation per beer.
Oh, that's terrific.
And we'll have the Meraki food trucks there as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, that sounds great. That sounds like a fun evening out and during nice weather. And I wish you luck with that.
Thank you.
If my calendar permits, I'll certainly try to join you there.
That'd be great.
Okay. Well, thank you again. Thanks for having me, and check them out.
Thanks.
Thanks.